Hello, friends of Komodo platform, friends of KMD, friends, yes, friends of crypto, friends of price charts. It's me. I'm E. Giuliano. It's the 27th of July. Wow, the months are rolling by now, isn't it? The weeks roll by, and the days, well, the days are just zooming. But each day even feels like its own thing. And that's why we have 4-hour charts and less. But let's stick to the 4 hours. Okay, speaking of charts, yes, we're here to take a look at charts. By the way, thanks for liking the video and making comments, share it, whatever. Okay, what's going on? KMD, BTC. Well, firstly, BTC USD, we're at that high 38,000 to 39,000 here level. What's going on? On a daily price chart, we've hit that cloud wick, sold off, and now today taking that space right back up. There's some wick down below and then taking that back up right up to the cloud, right up to that Ichimoku cloud area, likely to get some resistance. Let's get some resistance, consolidate a little bit, and then go higher, because this many daily candles in a row, if we keep going, then you know there's going to be a long, slow slide down. Well, might actually happen, but based on RSI situation here on the daily, looking possibly at seeing some resistance here, come back down, squiggle around, support it, and then go to break into the overbought territory. Otherwise, it's overbought very quickly to 45 and rejection back down. So let's see what happens. Either consolidate and then go higher, or go higher and then come back down. All right, cool. Interesting thoughts. So that's BTC USD. And that means, oops, as we move into the KMD BTC price chart, okay, we start to say, okay, what's going on here? Where are we? Well, we are here. So where is there? There is over there. That's right. So what's going on here? Well, we've got what looks like the fractal of the fractal, maybe of even bigger fractal, but let's not go there, because that at that point that fractal looks so different that doesn't even feel like the same type of shape. So what's going on? Well, we had this down move, and then we have this up move, okay, from that, and it creates that shape. Well, guess what? After that shape, we get a little smaller mini version of that shape. And then we're hoping, well, the idea is to get a higher low. Now, this significant bottom, okay, met with this significant bottom, okay, as a type of double bottom. And then on this mini fractal level, it becomes a double bottom for this single bottom, but in a way where the double bottom itself is, yes, composed of this type of double bottom. But what we're looking in this type of double bottom is a higher low. Now the question is this double bottom going to be so close in the lows? I get the sense that what we really want here, yes, is some sort of support around these levels, but okay, it might keep going a little bit further, but I'm going to make an argument for what's happening here. Okay, so as we saw, we had the big pattern downwards, right? Well, similarly, it's happening here. Now, before the big pattern downwards, there was a big move up. Well, similarly, it happened here. So where does this downward patterns end? Are we looking for a lower low than this low? Likely not. Considering this low and then this next low, I'm looking for a higher low than this low to confirm that we are now going to take some sort of uptrend to challenge the previous highs. and high zone regions. And so here, this whole piece here is this bottom, which retests the previous bottom, now needs a bottom to retest this previous bottom, which is a higher bottom that brings this low as a lower low, and the next now current low as a higher low, and this high here as a high that we need to then take out, which is more likely because we've made a higher low and then we're trying to go for that higher high. Okay, and that's in itself to build the next wave to, again, to beat that previous move, or at least to test it, to try and get there, see what can happen. Okay, so that's the main thing that we see. Now, if we want to get in closer and say, okay, fine, where does this end? What's going on? How can we consider this? Let's zoom on in to this more current time frame. Okay, so here we are. You can see your indications. Okay, now we go back just to the candlestick chart. Now, interestingly, I think this is like some probably similar move to the previous one. It doesn't have to be the exact same. However, in one way, this can be considered the top of this impulse move. In another way, this can be considered the top, and it's a failed top move. And now we move into our ABC. Now, the other thing to consider, okay, let us firstly go into what we might see here. Okay. So right here, let's say we're taking our retracement from the low to the high. Okay, boom, because that's a candle close high, so we'll use that. Now, roughly, we are at that 786 important zone. Okay, fine. Next, we're looking for this type of A, B, C zigzagging. So we take, boom, we go here to the bottom, back to the top, boom. All right, good. So a 1-to-1 is around the 16,500 Satoshi level. It matches with this bottoming here of that previous bottom, up, bottom. So if we were looking for a smaller fractal of this move, because really, yeah, the idea of up and down or down and up, because after down comes up and after up comes down. And maybe it's smaller so that it makes it look sideways. But anyway, so here we have this up, down, but it's higher low than this low. So that's what we're really looking to build here on this bigger scale. So now we're looking for this to support. And there you go, some 1660 will match with some higher low compared to the low back here in the end of June. Okay, so that's an idea to consider. And now, the next idea is, let us take the line chart, friend of line charts. Okay, so in this move, we're looking for some form of completion of this pattern. So look, we need to go into, or we will go into the 4 hour to have a look. Now it starts to look a bit more like a substantial move. Now you're starting to see similarity to the previous move, isn't it? So if we go from 4 hour there to the day there, we see that similar kind of move, up, sideways, down, and then up, and then we got our down, up, down, sideways, down. Then we go to the 4 hour and we start to see a similar type of shape. There you go, you see it here to here. Might as well have just shown it there, but there you go. That's for your consumption pleasure. Okay, how's that? Okay, and if we take this now as a move of its own, okay, I mean, goodness me, even this looks like a fractal of it, right? Okay, so in this sense here, we are now looking at the 4-hour price chart of this recent move. So now we catch that top, which was a wicks in the daily chart. Now we're catching it in a closing position. So we're saying, okay, imagining we're getting some sort of an A down, a B up, and then now a C down. Okay, fine. So what does that mean? We are looking for in this final move here, we're looking for a 5-wave movement. So let's try this. We're getting some form of A, some form of B, and then a C. So we're going to take our trend-based fib. This is that move we were making before, but not quite. And again, around that 16, mid 16 is that 1618 level. So we could see it probably getting to the 16s at some point, maybe low 17s or even around the 1700. Okay, so yeah, we can imagine it coming back down towards here. Okay. Now, if we take on the day, okay, oops. Now we start to enable. All right. So what do we have here? We have, oh yes, okay, that's where we were going. The reason I wanted to say that now we're coming to an end here, like I'm not too worried about this one. It's a bigger move that I want to talk about. Okay, so let's go there. So we're talking this whole big move, okay? This whole big move now on the daily price chart, okay? This one, the familiar one, okay? The one that where we put in from the beginning, this whole 2021 move up to down, okay? Here's the basic argument. Okay, it starts coming in at this situation. Okay. Here comes the argument. You ready? Here's the argument. You get, come on, friends. You get, let's say, what do we want first? Well, we see that there is this kind of thing going. Okay. Whoops, there it is. Okay. Okay. Oh, back it up. Beep, beep, beep. Before we back it up, or before we go on, sorry, we got to back it up and imagine, okay, fine, we get some sort of A, this kind of B here, and this kind of C is the idea. Okay, we're going to change that into a yellow color. Okay, no, it's too close. There we go. So we've got that ABC. So this ABC is going to be made of some sort of 5 and then a 3 up against the trend and then a 5 down. So let's find that. Well, let's clean it up with the line chart. And in that case, if we're looking for a 5, clearly we have a top here and some sort of consolidation here. So that's a 2. We're just doing this roughly. We have a top here, a 3, a consolidation here, 4, which is, it has some alternation. And now what we're looking at is a potential 5th wave. But in this case, based on what we're considering so far, it would be some sort of failed move, which definitely possible and is often part of reversals. So then in that idea, and we start to look, okay, let's maybe channel it. So we channel it. Now, as you channel it, you start to see that we take the 0 to 2 trend line, okay? And that parallel channel gets broken by the 3 wave. Back in for the 4, interestingly, that it touches that midline, okay? Let's give you a better view now that you have an idea what we're doing, okay? It's that midline there, and then keeps going. But now the 5th will fail within this trend line, this channel, and likely it'll fail around here somewhere. It's not far from it. Okay, that's the basic idea. That's the basic thesis right now. And so from there, this will complete, really, it'll complete this whole C move finally. And then we can see what's coming next. And what I think is coming next is going to be a move back up to the 200-day moving average and try and test that. And that's going to be around the 3,000 Satoshi level, 3,300, whatever it's going to be. And we've got one couple things to add in here, friends of Ichimoku. So see, we've got the cloud action here. I do believe we're going to be fighting this cloud eventually. So why not at this point sometime soon, okay, within the next couple months. Next is, the other one is our friends at Bollinger Band. I want to notice here, friends of Bollinger Band, we're just going to hide this again. We'll bring it back out as needed. Hide. And this guy, we can just delete it and bring it back any time. So you see here, you know, we made our way down big time, found our support here within the bands. They narrowed down like some intestines. Speaking of which, you know, feed yourself well, keep moving around, stay regular, all that good stuff. Challenge the upper band, resist, down, bounce, and fail, and then come down through that 20-day average, and boom. Now we're catching the lower band, and strong here will mean that we will catch some, you know, some support here basically, and then find our mean back towards the 20 period average, and then let's try and find the next move, right? And that would be towards the upside is the idea. So, and this is from the daily chart, and we're in the small move after the big move, which came of 2021, which came after the sideways of 2020 to the dump. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope I tied it together decently for you. Looks like we're finishing this ABC with the C wave coming to a close here. That's the idea. That's the ideal. Otherwise, wow, here is the zero zone basically where KMD is dead, and anything in between here is some freaky times. Other than that, we are good to go. Things are looking good, and I hope you're doing well. Yeah, on the weekly chart, friends of Japanese candlesticks, we'll pull you out here. In a few days, we'll get that monthly close, and we'll have a better idea there. But basically, here we go. Just, you know, a couple candles up to rebound after this heavy down move. And we're getting, you know, a few reds downside. And then we're looking for the next move up. Let's get to that 20-week moving average and beyond. All right, that's around that, again, that 33, 3,500 Satoshi level-ish. Anyway, alrighty then, friends. That's it for now. The KMD USDT is hovering around that 67 to 70 cents region. And let's see, let's have BTC needs to maintain, I think the 37 to 39 is a good range where then all the alts can take some space as well. And we can start moving up in all the dominance and all, and not only that, but just in the overall total market caps. And yeah, good times. All right, everyone, take care of yourselves. Hope you're doing well, and talk soon. Yeah. Goodbye.